wish to respectfully acknowledge the elders, families, and forebears of the Wurundjeri people of the Park Valley, the royal park surrounding the Pond region, past, present, and future, who are the traditional owners of this land, waters, and seas of many centuries. This video introduces how breathing as a method can influence and strengthen the idea of ecosexual common and prompt the relationship of human and non-human. This can further encourage the space user to be self-aware about environmental protection, which in here be considered as a demonstration of intimacy with the natural. Eco-sexuality is a term used to describe a person who is sexually attracted to the natural world. This includes both flora and fauna. Ecosexual often view natural as being more than just a physical place, but rather as a living, breathing entity that should be protected and respected. For many ecosexuals, the sexual attraction to nature is not just about the physical beauty of the natural world, but also the spiritual and environmental connection they feel with it. In here, the definition of the swamp is not simply as an environment, a natural site, but more, it is our mate, who we can interact, exchange, feel intimate, and feel the same with. Here, after entering the swamp, there are original existing environment which we can feel. And as ecosexuals, by breathing, closing our eyes, the senses are gradually become more sensitive. The sounds from the tree, the sounds from the vegetation and birds, the texture under our steps, and the smell from the swamp water itself. These senses feeling are the most initial step one feeling of the intimacy with swamp, by sharing the air, the soil, and the similar condition with it. And at the central part of the swamp, just beside the boardwalk, there is an immersive area which a stronger ecosexual intimacy can be obtained. Here, the implement can not only provide human a visualization of breathing, it also, in other side, provide the swamp fresh air for the swamp to have a healthier water flow from a long, stable resting season. Followed by, there are also additional implementation which can be pulled out from the immersive area and be used all around the swamp to create a more flexible breathing experience. Besides, the floating moss can be picked up along the edge of the swamp and provide space user more oxygen in specific timing throughout the year. For having this breathing and blowing activity with the swamp, it is not an activity having interaction just with the swamp water or the air, but more, it influences the microorganism, the vegetations, the animal and creatures beside. So rather than just simply visualizing the breathing relationship with it, it is an overall experience which provides impact not only on human, but the entire common here. Getting into how to really utilize the series of implementation, the experience starts with climbing down the immersive area, standing inside, having the idea of staying at the same level as the swamp surface. The reflection, the wetness, the pressure can be felt once staying in the sunk-in space. The boundary of the immersive area is transparent, also allows the user to have a more related, intimate, and clear view of the swamp. The experience cycle are be suggested to begin with spring, where a group experience are more suitable for such timing. For a longer resting period after winter, the swamp become more stable and unmoved. Therefore, at this moment, a blow-in action can be achieved by a group of people having an observation of breathing relationship. This collection of blowing action One side provides the swamp fresh water flow to refresh the stable water. At the other side, provide the easier understanding and stronger sense of swamp breathing smell reflection for human. Coming to the summer season, followed by the rise of temperature, the blowing experience will become much more difficult. But the reflection from the swamp will also be stronger, as the mud and soil in the swamp can be smelled easily when we blow into the swamp. During this time, people can also pull out the straw and use it in different spots for having a different experience. Besides, as the oxygen intake during summer is comparably low compared to other seasons, and people are walking to a dig-in space where have lesser air and oxygen. The floating moss besides immersive area can be pulled out and provide people extra oxygen by replacing those pull-out moss on the breathing headset device. After going to a cooler season, the experience becomes more direct and individualized. At this time, user can have either a one-person experience or a two-person observation. While two-person observation provides a different perspective which can see the breathing process from the glass side, the one-person experience provides the breathing intimacy from the top view, which is the most direct way to receive the air and gases released from the swamp. Afterwards, winter will be a season for both human and swamp to rest. So during this season, the swamp can have their vegetation grow without humans bothering. This diagram demonstrates the breathing reflection from the swamp. After the air RB blow into the mud, the air will translate to a water bubble by passing through the mud and soil in the water. During this process, the air will then be absorb all the microorganisms in the swamp and come up with another swamp release character. This process is like our lungs, and the swamp itself provides air to it and absorb the air release from it, deeply, intimately breathing together with the swamp. After all, as this experience provides different feeling throughout a year-round program, it also creates different intimacy level with the swamp. This is from a winter time, having the most distant relationship with the swamp, to a much closer spring and summer time. All of all, it is a breathing, blowing, and inhaling process of feeling intimate with our spiritual mate, the swamp. In here, the experience is under program and planned, but like treating our lovers, each experience can be different and unpredictable. It can create a sudden extreme sense of smell and feeling, or a slow, moderate experience. Through this kind of exploration and experience, we feel by using the design implementation, our movement, exploration, and interaction with the commons can finally form a more conscious-minded by interacting with the swamp. And this either direct, deep, spiritual, thorough understanding of the similarity and difference between us and our swamp mate can finally result in a much more sustainable land ecology. By having such experience, we employ the concept of ecosexual common, as it is defined as one of the 21 methods of make love with the earth. Breathe it, feel it, and smell it. We then finally feel the true environmental condition by this simple breathing act. And finally, we hope for recalling the awareness of a deeper intimate act with the earth, which is protect it.